Hello and welcome to this webinar here from FlatFrog office in Lund. Today we're going to talk about retrospective and how you can do that on a TeamTablet Flex and a touch display, in this case from Dell that we have in the back of us, but we support other models as well. And to my help to do this presentation and explain how you do an efficient retrospective, I have FlatFrog's R&D Manager, Jens Thorvinger. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's start. First of all, I want to share the board I have prepared here with you. So I click on sharing meeting, and now I have shared what's in my background here, my digital whiteboard. And as you can see, today is about team retrospective with an online whiteboard. There's a few things I'd like to go through today. We start with a FlatFrog introduction. After that, I would like to explain how to do retrospective. And finally, we are going to do a hybrid retrospective using our own device here, a live retrospective.
I also want to add some hygienic factors. We have a Q&A section in the Teams app or Microsoft has, so you can just in this webinar write questions and we will answer them as soon as we can. Thanks.
Very good. Okay, so in order to do a FlatFrog introduction, I will share my screen. I have a PC, so I'm using Miracast, and then it pops up here on the display. I'll maximize it, and we are going to supercharge your meetings today. So let's start. What are the challenges with today's video meetings? Well, video meetings present struggles with passive experience, with one-way interaction, remote participants feeling excluded, lack of interactive capabilities for collaboration, because TVs and non-interactive monitors are currently standard. Room solutions like Teams Room have limited in-room engagement, and the potential touchscreens are often underutilized. We want to drive engagement. So how can you boost your meetings? Well, with the right interactive tools, you will turn the video meetings into active, engaging experiences. So you want to convert these passive observers into active participators. So take advantage of touchscreens and intuitive software tools. We will encourage visual thinking and let ideas come to life by using whiteboard and annotation. We can enable faster communication and feedback, and we give all attendees an equal voice, no matter if they are in the room or if they are remote dialing in to the meeting. How do we do this? Well, let's introduce the Flex. Flex is our TeamTablet Flex that enables all of this. It turns any touchscreen, in this case, as Jürgen was saying, a Dell touchscreen. It turns any touchscreen into an interactive collaboration hub, which vastly outperforms TVs and other touchscreen solutions. When we start the device, there are three things you can do. You can join meetings, Teams, Zoom rooms, or any room solution is showing up here, so you can join the meeting. You can start a whiteboard, either a prepared whiteboard or just an ad hoc whiteboard session. And you can share your screen. This is what I do currently. I'm sharing my laptop screen and interacting with it. So in this one-touch launcher, we can just start whatever we want. We have a lot of teams that trust our technology and use it. These are some of our customers that regularly use the TeamTablet Flex. But enough about the TeamTablet Flex. Let's do what we came for today, which is retrospectives. How can we do retrospectives with an online whiteboard? Well, what are retrospectives? In the agile Scrum environment, retrospectives play a crucial role in iterative and incremental development. Any meeting series, any ongoing process or teamwork can radically self-improve with periodic retrospectives. And self-improve is the key here. You want a team to be engaged and you want a team to self-improve. Here are the key things to acknowledge and identify. So what went well, good things, what caused problems, bad things, And what can we do about them? What can the team do about them themselves? Retrospectives are surprisingly simple, yet very effective. A tight team that works on a regular basis, gather all their members for 30 minutes, maybe every 2 weeks, and have a regular retrospectives. You could have a team that collaborate less frequently, then every second month is sufficient to do a retrospective, and everything in between. The process is that you create a whiteboard where the left side of the whiteboard is marked good and the right side is marked bad. Each person in the room or at home grabs a pile of sticky notes and a pen and writes individual notes and add their names to the corner. And after about 5 to 7 minutes, everyone places their notes on the good side or the bad side of the board. And then we start grouping similar notes together and see what we can learn here. And yeah, difficult to do with a pile of sticky notes if you're at home, but here is where the advantage of an interactive whiteboard comes to play. Okay, but we have created good and bad notes. Next step is to review the notes. We start with the good notes, and the leader of the meeting read out each note loud, asking the writer for clarification if needed. And we want to start with the positive notes because it's enjoyable and sets a pleasant and constructive tone for the meeting. It will make the meeting more productive. After we're done with the good notes, the leader now reads the bad notes and receives any necessary clarification. And once everyone understands all the notes, we can move to the next step, which is bad notes have an additional component. It's the most important part, putting actions on them. This is where we start self-improving. So we want to create actions on all the bad notes. By putting actions on it and putting actions on the team itself, the team takes ownership of correcting their bad notes rather than pushing those actionable items onto others. This is important for the self-improvement. If the team does not put actions on bad notes, well, at least they have taken joint responsibility and accepted the existing situation. So the team has a choice, either do something about it or accept it. And this creates a very constructive way of moving forward in the team. All right. After that, on the next retrospective, 2 weeks later or 2 months later, go through the previous actions. If the actions have been completed, it's perfect time to acknowledge and celebrate. Now an obstacle has been removed. But if the action has not been completed, there could be a short discussion about why and if that action should be moved forward in time to be fixed at a later date. All right, now you have the complete understanding of the process. Let's do it. So how do we do it? Well, we will move on to last week's retrospective. This is what we did, or 2 weeks ago. This is what we did 2 weeks ago. So we start by looking at what we did 2 weeks ago, 6th of August. And we look at the actions here. Did we do the actions? Well, I can tell you that we did refine the design handoff with guidelines. Oh, sorry. And some Q&A steps were missed, but we created a checklist. We created a checklist that has improved. And late changes, we needed clear change request process for clients. We haven't done this one yet. We need to improve on that one. So now we have gone through the last 2 weeks, the 2 weeks ago, actions from 2 weeks ago. So let's create a new retrospective for today. So I'll just create a new board. I have here under project management retrospective.
It's already built into the FlatFrog board and the FlatFrog TeamTablet Flex, we should say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I have a new retrospective board here, and we can jointly, you online and us here in the room, we can jointly add good and bad notes. You do that by logging into the board. You can log into trial.flatfrogboard.com/join and add this code, or you can take a picture of the QR code and you will then join the board and you can add notes. So please do that, and it becomes a quite interactive retrospective. You can put good and bad notes on my webinar today, so I can self-improve.
In the Q&A, I also posted a link directly to this board, so you don't even have to go to this specific. You don't have to enter the code. You just click on that link, and then since you don't have an account, you can just click to join as an animal. If you don't like the animal name, click on the name, and you get a new one and that you prefer, and then you can join the board. So anyone that wants to try it, feel free.
Yeah, please join the board and add your good and bad notes.
This is really important, normally remotely. I mean, in this session, we understand that people may not join a board, but normally in the company, when we do retrospectives here, anyone remote still gets their voice heard. So everybody goes around the route, around the table to say their thoughts and talk about what they can do and so on. And then the remote people also get the same question, so they can put in their notes. I will also add some notes I have here. Let's see, select all except this one. So I just I prepared notes in the back end, and then I can add it.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, we have some notes. Let's start with the good notes. It's great that even remote people get engaged. I agree. Today, the technology works really well. Yeah, it works like a charm. Great workshop, feels productive. Okay, good. Some green notes. I think they're quite clear. Let's look at the bad notes over here. More coffee, sure. We'll take care of that next time. Better with an earlier time. Yeah, maybe that's something we could reevaluate for the next workshop. Good input. And I wish all workshops was like this. Yeah, exactly. So do I. So let's put some actions on these. Better with an earlier time. Yeah, we will evaluate. More coffee. Okay, I'll take care of that.
I can add an action from my end as well.
Yes.
I add this one then to the last one, so I can put it down here. But we need to get more people using this whiteboard, so they understand the benefits of it.
Perfect. We'll take care of that for next time. Okay, so we went through a retrospective from last time. We created a new retrospective together here today, and put some actions on ourselves. And next workshop, we can look back on this one and see, did we do our actions? And this is something any team can do to self-improve, no matter if it's technology or if it's finance or any kind of creative team or whatever. Anyone can be productive with a retrospective. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was all for now. But if you want to learn more about the TeamTablet Flex, visit flatfrog.com or just reach out to me directly here on Teams, and I can answer any questions you may have. But until next time, we say bye-bye. Have a great lunch and see you later. Bye.
Thank you.